Okay, guys, you're welcome to my channel today. I want to talk about Cappasity. Now, Cappasity is a decentralized ARO and VRO ecosystem for 3D content exchange. So, if you've known about AR has to do with augmented reality, and VR has to do with visual reality. So, Cappasity now comes in. Cappasity want to be an ecosystem where you can literally, as a person who wants to buy any of this 3D content, you can buy. As a person who develops 3D content, you can actually develop and list your content on their platform and sell it. Or you can, if you have this content, you can rent it out to whoever wants the 3D content. So currently the market has been the market is expected to, maybe at the end of the year, end up with around $11.4 billion, right, in 2017, and the projection that they are expecting is around $215 billion by 2021. So they're saying in the next 4 years from now, I think it's going to be times almost times 20. So, and they are giving some of the reasons why this market has not really gained attraction today. So one of the things, like from the report in the white paper, they are saying Citi, which is one of the good people who do a lot of research. Citi believes that AR headsets will start replacing smartphones and finally overtake the current market of mobile smartphones. So what are the areas now that this augmented reality is going to actually change? Now, some of the areas that the augmented technology is going to change is the head. It's going to change the mobile industry. It's going to change the entertainment industry. It's going to change the game industry. It's going to change the way we do conference calls. It's going to change e-commerce. It's going to change movie. It's going to change heads. It's going to change military. It's going to change literally every aspect of life. Just like you've seen the smartphones. I think there is no industry today that the smartphone have not actually come into. So there's no smartphones to there is no industry today, right? Okay, now let's move to page 14 and let me show you something. Now this is the industries I said is going to this thing is going to change, right? Now in page 15 they're talking about the how they are going to implement ARO and VRO into the system. Like you see, Sotheby's uses VRO technology to show homes for clients, for their clients without an agent. 3D tours allows visual visitors to immerse themselves into the atmosphere of their luxury homes even without setting a foot in the house. And this part now talks about the issue of augmented technology and how AliExpress, Alibaba, and Amazon is actually using. Let me read this to you. Amazon has recently acquired 2 patents demonstrating its interest in ARO technology. The first patent, titled Augmented Reality Presentation, allows users to try on different products using data from e-commerce websites with the help of cameras and sensors. This technology may help diminish the number of returns, as customers will be able to try the product before purchase. The second patent, titled Forming a Presentation of an Item with Light, describes a technology that projects a product image into a room for users. It means they get an opportunity to see how a piece of furniture they like would fit into the exact room they have in mind. Other large online retailers such as Alibaba are also taking proactive steps to integrate ARO into their current business in the hopes of improving customer experience and increase their conversion rate and engage millennials. So, you know, millennials, the young people of this generation, those who are very young, they're the ones who are actually the main people who are actually using this thing. So if you bring, millennials, they like new stuffs a lot. So they are trying to bring in the system that if you want to buy a dress, you can now wear the dress on the website, on the website, even without going like this dress. Now suppose you want to buy this dress, you wear this dress as if you are testing it in a physical store. So it's going to change things. Okay, Okay, let's talk about what are the hurdles that are facing the current industry now. Now, there are certain hurdles that are facing the industry. Some of them are, first, the lack of compelling content. Like when the internet came, you discover that to actually browse through some of the things, like it takes a lot of time to actually browse through a web page because of many HTML, the programming. Like you can see with the internet, at the dawn of the internet in the first half of 1990s, only if people have access to the internet, and the content was rather expensive and of limited value due to constrained computer power and bandwidth. The first pages could be fed only with text. Tools and platforms were prohibited for general users as it required HTML, JavaScript, and coding scripts. Then, step by step, the internet evolved into a community accessible to everyone. So currently, what they are saying about the space now is like there are issues of platform incompatibility. As you can see from this place, that we have things like Apple, the A-Kit, the Facebook SDK, and the rest of them. So the person who is actually trying to create content will not be asking himself if, like, until recently you were able to create websites that can actually browse on all browsers. In those days, when you are creating a website, you first have to have in mind, okay, this website, who is going to use it? Is it someone that has an Internet Explorer, or someone that has Microsoft Mozilla Firefox? But today, these people who are actually creating browsers, they've actually agreed upon one protocol, which, okay, let's create this website. Anyone who has this browser should be able to do this. If you want to modify this, you modify this, but you should not restrict someone from getting the basic of your website. So the first, the issue is there is the platform incompatibility. The another issue of that is hindering the ARO and VRO markets is the dominance of marketplace. So the dominance of marketplace is one of the things that is hindering. As you can see, the charts from here, you have Toby Squid right here and the rest of them. Then another thing that is hindering the market is the issue of copyright. So when compared to 3D images, the problem of copyright is rather new for 3D models, and the tools for preventing infringement are underdeveloped. Watermarks can't be applied to 3D models, as 3D models have different viewing and usage. So the problem of copyright is something that's actually affecting the industry. So what are the solutions? Let's go to page 20 and we'll see some of the solutions. Now, some of the solutions is what Cappasity is trying to bring. Now let me read this to you. Though we need to be sure that all community members are equally respected, be they platform and tool suppliers, content makers, or content consumers, such a requirement can only be met by a decentralized organization or an ecosystem that don't pursue one's passive business success metrics. The ecosystem become content centric, and we largely regard it as a scalable marketplace like Shutterstock for VRO, and or 3D content, but decentralized and trustless. All the community actors should be economically motivated, and all economic actions are to be transparent and documented. Incentives should be structured within the community in such a way that the content makers are fairly rewarded, copyrights of traded content are protected, and high quality content is promoted. Okay, so they are trying to bring in the blockchain to actually solve this problem. Now let's talk about Cappasity background. Now Cappasity is a company that started, if you see Crunchbase now, Cappasity started since 2013 in December 21st. It will make them 4 years. So as you can see from Crunchbase, and this is the total funding they've received so far. They've received like almost $2 million already. So, and they have around 11 to 50 staffs, as you can see from here. And this are the founders, and you see the page. And if you want to read everything about this company, Crunchbase will tell you everything about this company. Okay, let's move on. So what Cappasity does? Cappasity brings in ARO, VRO, and 3D visualization solutions for businesses. If you go on their website, If you go on their website, you can actually sign up, and they have tools that can actually help you in your business. Okay, these are their products. And is anything you want to choose, you can actually try it, and you can actually choose. Those of you that have businesses, you can actually come create an account. There's free account. There are accounts that cost around $99, $999, and so many stuff. So the services Cappasity renders, in a nutshell, first they render easy 3D scan softwares. Then they bring in another thing again, the 3D view, a new format for visualizing the way we view 3D, visualizing the concept of 3D digitizing. Then they also have a 3D hologram, those of you who know about those stuff. And then they have an API which you can use for synchronization with your product catalogs, like as you can see with this. Let's say this. You can see, as you can see. So meaning you can actually wear the dress, you see how the dress looks on you, if it is true. So imagine that you have a store, and your customers can now be able to see that what they want to buy, how it looks on them. Like this, let's say this bag, and let's show you some. Let's see for yourself. Okay, meaning you can see the bag, you see everything about the bag. It's amazing. So they're bringing in systems that even for homes, you'll be able to see how the home will look like and everything. So another thing they want to do, let's see page 30 of this document. This video is taking much time, and they don't want it to take much time. Now this is the ecosystem, and the Cappasity AR and VR system is intended for those wishing to sell, rent, and buy, of which I've said before. Let me say the other thing. Now they are going to create in a system where they will bring in their API. They will use their API for embedding. You can use the API for embedding. You can use the API for remeshing. You can use the API for 3D measurement, and you can also integrate this API for Cappasity AI, as you can see from the screen. Then they also have the SDK. You can access the SDK, you can integrate it, you can also capture 3D content, and they also have a sandbox where you can actually list your content, and the rest you can actually test and monitor. So in a nutshell, this system, the way I see this system, if I'm to give a short and concise review on this system, I would say Cappasity is a system you should actually ignore, because though I myself have not actually used things like this AR or VR, but from my conversation I have had with people who have actually used this thing, they are saying, the way they describe it, that you are literally able, like as if you are watching a movie, you are as if you are participating. It's like digital reality. So in a nutshell, the ICO will start in, I think, 49 days, as you can see from the screen, and you can actually sign up. So guys, that is all I have to say about this video, and do have a very good day.